Hey everybody, welcome back to Faraday Research. Yeah, I haven't done a video in a while because, as always, I'm doing research. So I was kind of thinking out of the box for the last couple of weeks, and I had to figure out what my ultimate goal was. And the ultimate goal was to change basically the Don Smith generator, high frequency, high voltage, into a usable power that I can power devices such as like a DC motor. Now, this is just the beginning. This is what I've come across and this is what I kind of discovered. So basically, I realized I didn't need these coils. I was making these coils. This is great for making wireless power and all that stuff. It still definitely has its purpose. But I was thinking out of the box, and okay, I figure what I need to do is basically create a transformer by hand, which is not easy to do, trust me. Create a transformer that can take the high voltage, high frequency that the Don Smith generator is. Well, basically, this is a Tesla coil in the box. These are the high voltage, high frequency ion generators. And basically, it's a Tesla coil. And these are used to light up neon signs, air purifiers, yada yada. The list goes on and on. But the whole problem is, in order to use it in any practical device, you have to change the high voltage, high frequency into a usable power source. Now, when you're dealing with Tesla frequencies, the static monopolar frequency, it takes one pole. It's positive only. All right. Now, when we're working with devices like running motors or charging batteries or whatever, we're working in a Hertzian frequency. So we're working at either 120 volts at 60 hertz or into a battery power, say like 12 volts. Make it into 12 volts DC direct current. So my ultimate goal is to use a high voltage power source to create a DC output so I can charge batteries. Now, this is the beginning stages, so I have to evolve this. I kind of stumbled on this, and it was kind of a discovery, and I decided to go with it and try it. So basically what I had to construct was a toroid coil. So I purchased one of them at my local electronics depots, and I wound a coil. So I took 26 gauge wire. You can use 22, 26 is good. I prefer the 26 for this application because it's a finer wire. You'll get a better field. But I believe this one here I used 22 gauge. So I wrapped 100 turns of 22 gauge wire. Okay, try to wrap them nice and tight. And to see if I can zoom in on it. My coil's not perfect. I'll probably even wrap this sucker again. All right. So now you're going to change that high voltage, high frequency into a DC power source, but we're not going to change it to DC just yet. So now you're going to wrap it with thicker wire, say like 18 gauge or whatever, about 10, maybe 15 turns of that. I actually used my alligator clip, so I did that. But let's take a step back for a sec. Let's start off at the high voltage generator. So basically, this is a Tesla coil in a box. All right. So now I've hooked it up, and I got two high voltage 11 kVA capacitors. They're in the picofarad. I might actually upgrade these to a larger. The big guys that I have here, the ones that I like to shock myself on and knock myself off the chair. Okay, these suckers pack a punch, so be very careful with these guys. They're 11 kVA. All right, we'll put those off the side so I don't kill myself. All right, so from there, you take the one wire. This is the high voltage. It's come in, go through the windings, come out, 100 windings. You can do 50 to 100 windings. I did 100, you get a better field. So I go from there, I go through the spark gap, Okay, so we still got the spark gap. I might even add a second one. I might even add one here and here on the high voltage and the return negative. And that's it. It's just a loop. It goes through the windings, comes around, goes through the spark gap, comes back again, and goes to negative. All right, and that's it. So now I bumped the voltage from, I was running at about, I was running at 11,000 volts. So I had 11,000 volts here, and I got about 13 volts coming out of this. Now, 13 volts from that is a huge jump. Now, I have to work on several things. I'm going to work on building a capacitor bank so this thing is able to push current. For this demo, I'm using something that's a very low current. This draws about 30 milliamps, this little 12 volt DC motor, all right? And now I got it hooked up to the full weight bridge rectifier. So I got the 10 winding, I think it's about 10 windings here, 10 to 15, it doesn't really matter. You have to toy with it. There's no correct amount of windings. You just keep wrapping it until you get the voltage you want. So it comes in, goes into the full weight bridge rectifier, then you got your positive negative DC to the motor. All right, so we're all ready to go. So now I'm going to use the John Smith style generator to go through a high voltage step down transformer, because that's what it is. We have to change this static high voltage high frequency into a Hertzian signal, because they're two totally different animals. All right, all our devices today work on a transformer Hertzian frequency conversion. Without it, you'll never get anything to run. I manifested this in my head for the last couple of weeks, and I just built it now, and it works. So obviously I'm doing something right. So let's just do a quick little demo. I'm gonna bump it up to about, let's go 10. And as you can see, the motor is running. You can see the spark. All right, I'm gonna bump it up to about 11 volts, and there we go. And you can hear it go. Now, what I do notice, it's drawing a lot of current from the John Smith. So that's what I said. We're going to have to toy around with the capacitance of this, but it does work. It's working. So I got 10 volts. It's drawing almost an amp. So it could be the spark gap. It could be a number of things. So I'm going to have to toy around with that, because it seems to be drawing a lot of current. And that's the problem. And this is where you get your losses in a Hertzian frequency. That's where you get your losses, is a Hertzian frequency, because you're pulling electrons into it. It is the destruction of electricity. So when you're destroying electricity, it's going to draw more current. And that's its perfect prime example. It pulls more current off the prime mover. So that's definitely the issue with the Hertzian frequency. That's why if we went with Tesla's ideas and stayed with the high frequency, high voltage, we wouldn't have problems where our prime mover is getting loaded up, where it's drawing the current into the system. Because the Tesla frequency and the Hertzian frequency are two totally different animals. All right? This system here runs on electrons. Tesla's system did not. It worked on high voltage, high frequency. It's all in the frequency. But because our devices today work off a Hertzian frequency, now I could take this and put it through a signal generator, put it at 60 hertz, and I can run an AC appliance. And basically that's how you build an inverter. So you're basically seeing a conversion from a high voltage power source, step down transformer, and from the step down transformer, you can send it through a signal generator. I can actually hook that up and convert this DC power into an AC power. So yeah, it's exciting. I was really happy that I was able to get this thing running. So I got to work on the capacitance. I got to work on getting that load down as much as possible. And yeah, she's gonna work. I'm pretty excited about this. So give me your comments below if you liked it or whatever. Don't forget, I also have a Patreon page, so please subscribe to my Patreon. Help me out. I can keep these excellent projects going. I'm working on a new generator. Actually, yeah, hold on 1 second. I'm going to show you the flywheel that I'm going to be building for this new generator. Hold on here. Here it is. 25 pounds of solid aluminum. And that is going to be the flywheel for the new project. Oh crap, this thing's heavy. So that's going to be my mechanical battery. Check it out. Friggin' thing's a beast. So anyways, yeah, that's what I got going on. Yeah, this is pretty exciting. So anyways, I'm gonna cut it off now. It's getting late here, as I'm doing like almost an all-nighter again. But this is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with what happened tonight. Anyways, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe at the bottom right-hand corner. In the description is my Patreon link. Subscribe to my Patreon. Give me a hand. And yeah, we're gonna get this project on the go. It's only gonna get better from here. So anyways, take care, everybody. Leave your comments. I hope to hear from you and get your feedback. Take care for now.